know what that sound means.
Ooh, yeah.
That means we get to be the judge, the jury, and then sometimes the executioner.
Okay.
Because it is Freak Show People's Court time. First case I present to you comes from one of the most iconic mascots in all of sports. I'm talking about Notre Dame's Fighting Irish.
Ooh.
There has been a survey. Yep, you just did the fists
Yes.
with those two. Yep, with the two fists.
Ups.
Yeah, it's an iconic figure. It's also been voted the fourth most offensive college football mascot. Fourth most.
Oh.
The university said there is no comparison between Notre Dame's nickname and mascot and the Indian warrior names and mascots used by other institutions, such as the NFL team formerly known as, Washington Redskins.
Of course. That was a big deal.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
They went on to say, our symbol stands as a celebratory representation of our genuine Irish heritage at Notre Dame, a heritage that we regard with respect, loyalty, and affection. The survey found that Florida State's mascots Osceola and Renegade were voted the most offensive college football mascots. In second place, San Diego State University Aztec Warriors, and then Billy the Warrior from the University of Hawaii. Meredith, I ask you, the Fighting Irish Leprechaun, do they stay or do they go?
It's a leprechaun.
It's a leprechaun.
So we're arguing about a leprechaun. Not.
Irish people might be offended.
But do leprechauns really exist?
Listen,
I'm
you're
just
asking too many questions. You're asking too many questions here.
Because this is important.
Feel free to text us while Meredith finds her words and tries to figure out how she feels. Please feel free to text us at 888-429-0941. Does the leprechaun stay or does the leprechaun go? Meredith, your final answer.
I feel it is iconic. It should stay, and especially with what they said with their statement. They're not trying to put anybody down. It's held in high regard. Why not?
Okay,
Keep
all right.
it.
So your argument that it was iconic is also apropos for this next topic of Freak Show People's Court.
Okay.
One of the most iconic album covers of all time is Nirvana. Nirvana had an album called Nevermind. If you've never listened to it, you've at least seen the album cover of the naked baby in the pool.
Yeah, floating around.
The baby was 4 months old. That kid is now 30.
Ooh.
His name is Spencer Eldon, and Spencer Eldon is now accusing the band of being child pornographers, claiming they used his photo without consent. He says he's suffered lifelong damages from having his naked body plastered on the triple diamond selling album. That means over 30 million copies. It goes on to say that neither him or his guardians, obviously he couldn't, but his guardians never consented to the naked photo shoot. The band, the photographer, and the record label, quote, initially marketed Spencer's child pornography and leveraged the shocking nature of his image to promote themselves and their music at his expense. It even goes on to say, Meredith, that the initial agreement was to conceal the private parts on the album cover.
It's just floating there.
It's just floating there.
Okay.
So what do you think?
Oh, man. So
is this child porn? Is this an iconic piece of work?
Absolutely.
Art?
I know exactly what that album cover looks like. I've seen it all over the place all growing up. On one hand, I find that this is a little absurd, but if my naked body was on an album cover that was shared everywhere and I was like 4 months old or something like that and a baby, maybe I would understand how he feels a little bit.
And I don't know if this in a real court of law would be admissible, but it says that in 2016, so just about 5 years ago, he actually recreated the photo shoot, fully clothed this time, but to pay homage to the huge album. So it seems like 5 years ago, he didn't really have a problem with it.
But now you got a problem with it. I think you just want your
it.
name in the news. Maybe you want to get paid off of it. Maybe that's what it really is.
So does he have a case or no case?
He might have a little bit of a case, but I'm going to say denied.
Denied?
Denied.
Okay.
I like the album cover. Everybody kind of knows that album cover, and it's Nirvana. They do not exist anymore, and I don't find a problem with it whatsoever. What about you?
I always found it weird that it was okay to have like a naked baby, just little ding-a-lang, just hang, just
hanging
swinging
out
in the
there.
water. I always kind of like in the back of my mind, I was like, damn, nobody has a problem with that. Nobody cares.
That was my point at first. But it sounds like
it's
he
been
wants
weird.
money.
It's been weird this whole time.
Yes.
Okay, but we'll leave it up to y'all. 888-429-0941. Text us your verdict on both of these cases, and we'll talk about it before Therapy Thursday.